Aleph of Torah Ohr, and we're going to learn the second mimer of Zachas Yom Shabbos today, which begins on Daf Ayin. So the pasuk says in Aseret Dibros, Zachar Yom Shabbos Lekadshei, remember the day of Shabbos to sanctify it. That's what it says in the first Aseret Dibros in Yisrael. But in the repeat of the Aseret Dibros, as it is recorded in Veschanan, it says Shamas Yom Shabbos Lekadshei, to guard. Instead of remember Shabbos, guard Shabbos. And Chazal say that Hashem said both Zachar and Shamar at one time, which normally a person can't say two words at the same time, and a person can't hear two words at the same time. But here Hashem said Zachar and Shamar at the same time, and it was heard by the people. So what was the point of saying both words at the same time, especially since people can't normally hear two words at the same time? So why did Hashem bother to say them both at the same time and then have to arrange a special miracle that we should be able to hear both words? So there must be some sort of purpose to this and a benefit of this. So to understand this, let's first consider Matan Torah and and the people who are present at Matan Torah. The pasuk says in Nitzavim, I'm not just making the covenant with you, rather I'm making the covenant with those who are here today and those who aren't here today. And this is explained to mean that the covenant of Matan Torah applies both to, there's the later covenant in Arab, but the covenant of Matan Torah applies to those who were alive in that time, the Dara Midbar, as well as the future generations, and all of them were present at Matan Torah, some of them with their body and some of them only with their soul. Now, what was the purpose of having all future generations present in Matan Torah if it's only their neshama? After all, the neshama definitely wants to keep the mitzvahs. The only question is about the body. So what does it help if the neshama affirms that it wants to keep the mitzvahs? This would be like saying yes when the more important party is not present. Another question. The second of the Aseret Dibros is Lo yilachale k'macherem al panai. Don't have other gods besides for me, besides for Hashem. So we need to understand, what does it mean al panai? In other words, which simply and literally means don't have other gods in front of me. There's no other gods at all. So we need to understand what this means. And Rashi gives his interpretations, but we'll explain this according to Chassidus. So now to explain this through first understanding what is Matan Torah about altogether, because the Torah wasn't all taught at Matan Torah. There were only certain commandments, that were taught at Matan Torah, and then Moshe continued teaching the Torah throughout the whole 40 years, bit by bit. So what makes Matan Torah special? But the idea is that Matan Torah is where the Jewish people, the ability to bring down Hashem's unlimited light, Ohr and Sof, throughout Torah and mitzvahs. And therefore, all neshamas had to be there, because even the neshamas who weren't yet born had to be given this ability, this strength to bring down Hashem's light. Now, every soul is created, and as a nivrod, as a creation, it's nothing compared to the Creator, compared to Hashem. It says that a nisk of Shemay Levadai, that Hashem's name is above and alone, and only only Hashem's glory is over the earth and heaven. So Hashem is totally beyond creation, and only a ray of Hashem energizes creation. Or like it says that Kadoshim b'chol yom yalucha sela, that the holy ones, the neshamas, they praise Hashem every day, sela, constantly, forever. So that the fact that we're praising Hashem forever is because there's infinite levels, which means Hashem is infinitely beyond us and beyond worlds. So then how can Hashem's Ein Sof, Hashem's unlimited light, be manifest and be one upon us and be one with us through Torah? Hashem is so far beyond us. If someone else who is not part of this covenant does a mitzvah, so then it doesn't bring this great revelation of Hashem down. So why, just because the Jewish people were at Sinai, so why should they receive this koach, this ability? The explanation is that in order to have something totally new, a massive change, you need to have ayin in between. Yesh, ayin, yesh. Something, nothing, something. Like, for example, if you want a seed to grow into a tree, first the seed has to dissolve and become nothing, and then a tree can come out. So in a similar way, when in order for the Jewish people to gain this ability to bring down Hashem's unlimited light through their Torah and mitzvahs, there had to be a deep sense of bittul, of nullification, that the Yidden had to have, that they became like nothing. And this was at Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, where they were trembling from the experience of this closeness to Hashem. And that trembling and that self-nullification allowed for them afterwards to be this conduit and to bring down Hashem's unlimited light. And that's also the meaning of what Moshe told the Jewish people, that Levavur Nasa says that Hashem has come to test you. But Nasa, besides meaning to test, also means to lift you. That Hashem came to lift us, that through our bittul, through our self-nullification, and from being at this awesome experience, the trembling and the fear, so this allowed us afterwards to bring down Hashem's unlimited light. Next paragraph on top of Einav. Now the Malachim also wanted the Torah, and they pleaded, place your glory on the heavens, but they weren't given the Torah. Because Malachim, angels, come from Hashem's speech, and speech is Hashem's speech. It represents the revealed worlds down here. Just like speech is more external to thought. Thought is the inner garment, while speech is the middle garment. Then action is the outer garment, and so speech is therefore separate from the inner person, and that's the source of malachim, like it says, whereas Am Yisrael come from machshava, come from Hashem's thought, like it says Yisrael al machshava, and machshava, thought, is representative of al diskasia, of the hidden world. And the difference between thought and speech is, the number one, thought is constant, speech is not. Number two, thought, you can't have the nefesh without a thought. It can't be empty of thought. You can swap this thought for that thought, but it's always thinking, and that constancy shows that thought is more one with the soul, whereas speech is not one with the soul. So they both have OCAs, they both have letters. There's the letters of thought and the letters of speech. And the word oisius, like we said in the past, Maimah, comes from the word osa, which means to bring, because the oisius bring what's going on inside to be revealed outside. And like it says in Pasach Eliyahu, that the oisius are called levushim. The words are called garments. Like it says, levushim skinis line, minay parchem nishmasil nasha, that garments were set up so that from them the neshamas will fly to the people. So So the source of souls come from Osius, come from letters, and the Am Yisrael in particular, they come from the inner garment and the letters of thought, which is one with the soul, more than and unlike the letters of speech. And this is the meaning of Iyov Garmay, that he and the Hashem and the Garmay is the Kalim that come from Hashem. The containers are one, and letters are containers, because the light of the light represents the content of the idea, and the keli, the vessel that holds that light, it represents the exact words you use to express the idea. So that's not the content. The content exists for itself, and you just use words as the kelim to hold the content. Next paragraph of V'yadava. So the full statement about Iva Gamay Echad is Iyov V'chayay Echad. Hashem and his chayis, his light, the life force from Hashem is one, and Iyov Gamay Echad, Hashem and the Kalim are one. So the chayay, the chayis, the vitality, that is chachma, like the pasuk says, v'chachma tachai, that chachma, wisdom, enlivens. So Hashem himself is far beyond and completely removed from Chachma. But when Hashem encloses his light in Chachma, so then, although Hashem is really far beyond, but the Chachma is one with Hashem. Because Hashem and his Chachma are one, then Iyov Garmay Echad, Hashem and his Kalim are one. That refers to the letters of thought, when Hashem's light shines in them. So unlike our thought, which our thought is separate from us, there's the person himself, and then his thought. Whereas with Hashem, his thought is there's nothing outside of Hashem. The thought is part of Hashem, like it says, that the whole thinking process is one with Hashem. The idea and the knower and knowledge, it's all one. On the other hand, Malachim, angels, they come from Hashem's speech, and speech, as we said, is not one with the inner soul, and therefore, similarly, the angels don't have that same oneness with Hashem. And therefore the Torah wasn't given to them. Next paragraph. Now, although we've already explained that the Torah is given specifically to souls, not to angels, but Hashem didn't give the Torah to souls by themselves. Instead, they had to be souls inside bodies. The reason is because through the neshama, through the soul being enclosed in a body, it elevates even higher. To an even greater degree of oneness. And we see this in the unity between the soul and the body, that when the body is wounded, then the soul feels it. And this is a very great unity. It's even more than machshava, more than thought, because with thought, a person can't just have no thought. At every moment something is going through his mind, but he can still swap the thoughts very easily. Whereas with the neshama and the guf, the body and soul, they're together and they're fused together, and then they don't swap. They stay together for a long time throughout the person's whole life, and therefore it represents a deeper level of unity. Oneness is a quality only of the neshamas. Next paragraph, va'inyan. So now our animal soul is taken from the chayis hakodesh. They're a type of malach, which is called the chayis hakodesh, the holy chayis. Now, chayis normally is animals, and in the Merkava, in fact, in the vision of Yecheskel, there was a Merkava, a chariot, and there was a face of a lion on one side and face of an ox on another side. So these chayis, these animals, spiritual animals, they carry and they're lifted with the throne. So because in the vision there was a kisei, a throne, and then there was an Adam al kisei, a person on the image of a person on the throne. Of course, all of this is spiritual, for spiritual ideas, not physical animals and physical people. So the idea of a chariot is that it goes wherever it is pulled, and it's like a horse that follows wherever the rider pulls it. And so the avos are called a merkava, they're called a chariot because they're totally bottled, they're totally nullified before Hashem. And just as the horse carries the rider where he wants to go, similarly the chayos, the spiritual animals in the vision of Yecheskel, carry the throne, and that the chayos, they carry it from its place to a high spiritual place, just like the horse that takes the rider further than what he could go by himself. So it says in this vision that that on the image of the throne was a form like the image of a person. It says like a person, because what we're comparing here is Seder Hishalshalos, the order of worlds from the highest to the lowest, that they're like a person in the sense that the person has his right arm, his left arm, and then his torso. So he has the right, left, and middle, and that's similar to Hishalshalos, which has the different spheres on the right, left, and center, and they're all in an organized system like the person. And just as the horse takes the rider to where it can't go, similarly the chayos take the Adam, which is like a organized light from Hashem, to the level of kiloi Adam. There's a pasuk which says about Hashem that Hashem doesn't change his mind. Kiloi Adam was not like a person who changes his mind. So this level of loy Adam, not a person, is higher than the level of Adam, and that's where, and the chayos take the kisei from the level of Adam to the level of loy Adam, beyond limits and beyond being compared to a person that has the organized lines of right, left, and center. So within Hishtalshalos, within the chain of worlds, you've got they're all created from Hashem's speech, and they all are energized in a way of mamale, which is a limited life force according to what they can take. Whereas the light of Sovev, the light of Hashem which surrounds all worlds, so that is beyond Adam. And at the level of Sovev, all the worlds are equal. And at the level of Sovev, everything compared to Hashem is like nothing. Even the highest world, Atzilus, is like a drop compared to the ocean. And only through mighty concealment and contractions could there then be the worlds with significance for each world, and all the different spheres. But that limits loy Adam and allows for an organized system. So the angels called chayos, they bring from Hashem's light of Sovev, Hashem's light beyond worlds, into mamali, into worlds. And this is similar to the avos, to our forefathers, Amram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, that they also do this. They bring from Hashem as he's beyond worlds, or in Sof, into the spheres and into limited worlds. And this happens through Mesiras Nefesh, through total devotion, giving ourselves, and the always giving themselves up with a yearning to be included and become one with Hashem. And not only the others, but similarly us, their descendants, the Jewish people, Am Yisrael, we too, through our Torah mitzvahs, we connect the beyond Hishalshalus, the beyond the limits of worlds to our world. And some mitzvahs are more focused on hala, on elevating us to Hashem and elevating us to Hashem's light as it is beyond worlds. And other mitzvahs are more related to hamshacha, bringing down Hashem's light into the world to make physical things holy, like to make tefillin or tzitzis into items of kedusha, of holiness. And similarly to elevate and become one with Hashem, with our Ein Sof. Now there are three general pillars within mitzvahs. There's Torah, Avodah. Avodah includes davening and the original is karbonos, and then gemilas chasadim, acts of kindness. So the kindness is on the right. Avodah, davening and elevating up to Hashem, and karbonos, that's on the left, because the left is about going up to Hashem, whereas the right is about bringing Hashem down into this world. And then Torah is the center, which includes from both the right and the left. So the Jewish people have this opportunity to connect Torah as it is within worlds to Ein Sof, Hashem's unlimited light as it is beyond worlds. And this happens through Matan Torah, where we were given the ability to connect Hashem as he is beyond worlds with worlds. And that's why Matan Torah begins with the statement, Anochi Havai Elokecha. Hashem says, I am Hashem your God, which is about connecting the Anochi, I, which is Hashem's essence, with Elokecha, with Elokim, Hashem as he is within worlds and within nature. And this ability of the person is because his neshama comes from the chayos, comes from these spiritual animals, which hold the throne. And just as they connect Adam with Lo Adam, with beyond Adam, so similarly our mitzvahs connect us within this physical world with our Ein Sof. Next paragraph. Kihine. Because we know that a Baal Tshuva is greater than a tzaddik, and therefore specifically through being in this world and then returning to Hashem from afar, that's how we connect in the deepest way. And like the Zohar says that Baal Tshuva is special to Moshkin Leib b'cheli yatir, he pulls with more strength. That is, the Baal Tshuva has more yearning, more passion for Hashem. And when he realizes that Hashem is literally Ein Sof, Hashem is unlimited, and all pleasures of the world are nothing compared to Hashem. So therefore he drops all other pleasures, he drops everything else, and just wants to become one with Hashem and love Hashem with all, like we say in Shema, to love Hashem with all your heart and all your soul. Like the pasuk says in Tehillim, that that I don't want what is with you, with Hashem. I want Hashem himself. Now, tzaddik can also realize that Hashem is the real thing, and what he wants to connect to, and all his pleasures are nothing. But with the Baal Tshuva, because it's coming from afar, and it's coming from out of the darkness, therefore it's more powerful. And similarly, because the neshama is in a guf, therefore his drive to Hashem will be more powerful. And this is all possible from because of Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah that allows us to connect to Hashem as he is beyond worlds, Ein Sof, when we are devoted to Hashem with Mesiras Nefesh, with self-sacrifice. But without this gift at Matan Torah, even if we would have Mesiras Nefesh, it wouldn't accomplish anything. It wouldn't connect to Hashem himself. But now but now that we are able to connect Adam, which represents his shalshalos, the regular chain of worlds, with Lo Adam, with the beyond Adam, which is beyond his shalshalos, at the level where it says in tzadakta matitan, that whatever we do, if we are righteous, what have we added to Hashem? But still, even at that level, now because of Matan Torah, what we do makes a difference. Even to Anochi, even to Hashem's essence, is the God that gets involved in our details and in nature. And that's what the meaning of the continuation of the statement, the first one of the Aseret Dibros. It says, I am Hashem your God, and then it continues, who took you out of the land of Egypt. Egypt represents his shalshalos, where there's limited light of Hashem, and everything, all the spheres are limited into which of the three the three sides they're in. Are they from the right, the left, or the center? And on the Jewish people, though reach beyond to Ein Sof, which doesn't have these different lines. Then the second one of those Dibros is Lo Yilecha Elokim Achem Rapane, that we shouldn't have another God besides Hashem. And we quoted this pasuk, the second one of the Dibros before, and we asked, no, what does it mean that we shouldn't have any God Alpana in front of Hashem? Hashem's everywhere. So the meaning of this, it's not only a commandment, but it's also a promise that an assurance that we won't have Elikim, meaning we won't have tzimtzum, which is blocking us from Hashem's light. On the other hand, within Seder Shalshalos, there is tzimtzum, and that's the meaning of that, where the pasuk says that Hashem took us out of the furnace of burning iron from Mitzrayim. So the idea is that he took us out of a place where there is limited godly energy, and to take us to a place which is unlimited, which is this is the meaning of, in the first one of the Aseret Dibros, it says that Hashem took us out from Mitzrayim, Beis Avadim, from the house of slavery, because Mitzrayim, because there's the limits and confines, so therefore can extend to even Beis Avadim, into a form of slavery, whereas in spirit above Mitzrayim, so then there's just pure revelation of Hashem, and that without limits. Okay, final paragraph for today. V'zeh zachor. So now we can go back and explain our question at the beginning of the Maimah. Why was Zachor and Shomer said together? Why was this so important? So the idea of Zachor and Shomer is Zachor is masculine, and the idea of Zachor is Hamshacha, is bringing down Hashem's light. And this is also called Zechira, remembering, because what do you have to remember? We have to remember something that's far from us. If it's right in front of us, then there's nothing to remember. It's right there. Remember represents a light from beyond, something which is far, and then Shomer represents within and close to us, like for example, so it says about Yaakov, Aviv Shamar Sadava, that Yaakov was waiting for Yosef's dreams to happen. So this is about a yearning and anticipation, that is thinking, when is it going to happen already? So this represents a bittul and a yearning for Hashem, like it says that like servants before their master, so we before Hashem, and our eyes are looking up towards Hashem for help. So either way, zachor represents a light from beyond. Shama represents bittul and connecting to Hashem within this world. But to have a unification of zachor and shama, the beyond with this world, that's the idea of saying zachor and shama at the same time. A gilui from Ein Sof, which can connect the beyond with the imminent, with what is close. And that's something which normally can't happen. But in Matan Torah, there was a revelation of Anochi, Hashem's essence, and that brought together the light beyond worlds and light within worlds. And that's why Rabbi Yosef says that if not for this day, if not for Shavuos, how many Yosefs would there be in the market? Because without the day of Matan Torah, we wouldn't have this ability that our Torah can connect beyond Hishtalshelos. Our Torah without Matan Torah would just be something nice within Hishtalshelos, within the regular chain of worlds, but it wouldn't elicit something from totally beyond. And that's the novelty of Matan Torah that gave us the ability to connect Hashem and bring down from beyond Hishtalshelos. In short, we began with a question about here in the first Aseret Dibros we say zachor, in the second Aseret Dibros we say shama, and we are asked what was the need for that miracle, and then more generally, what does it help to have our neshama present at Matan Torah if our body is not there? And we explained that being present at Matan Torah gives us the ability to connect from beyond Hishtalshelos to Hishtalshelos. And this is something which the neshama was given, and some which we have, unlike malachim. The malachim don't have this ability. But this special ability, and which to connect to Hashem as He's beyond worlds, is not something that the neshama does by itself. It does it in a body where it's able to do physical Torah and mitzvahs. And in a body with a nefesh habahamis, an animal soul, so we connect just like the source of the animal soul, the chayes, connect Adam with lo Adam, so too we connect Hashem's light as it is within worlds, Mamale, with Hashem's light beyond, which is Sovev. And this is the theme of and the main impact and consequence of Matan Torah, that we're able to connect Hashem as He is beyond. And that's why Matan Torah begins with Anochi, with saying Hashem, Hashem says I, meaning Hashem's essence is what connects the beyond with the imminent light of Hashem within this world. And that's also the meaning of Zachor and Shama were both said at the same time. Zachor is the beyond, Shama is the within, and they were both said at the same time. They're both united as one.